everyone, how's it going? Today I want to share another language learning tip with you, which is to spend less time in a classroom. The fact of the matter is, I'm a strong believer of the fact that you cannot become very good at a language by only going to class. I don't think it's possible. You know, I've seen way too many people that have gone to classes, language classes, for years and years and years and years and years, and yet they suck at the language. In my experience, going to classrooms is good for some things. Going to classrooms is good for, it's good for, in the beginning, maybe you can learn the structure of the language. It's definitely good for learning how to read and write. It's extremely good at that. It's good for learning how to speak politely, or eloquently, because if you travel to France, for example, and you just learn by speaking to people, you might learn a lot of slang, and you might not know how to say it the academic way. And so language classes are very good for that, and they have a lot of merit for that. But language classes they don't teach you how to have natural conversations with people. That doesn't happen in language classes. In a classroom setting where you've got 30 people, I mean, it's hard. I respect it. It's very hard for the teacher to focus on conversation. That's not easy, especially when a lot of schools, they're part of a bigger system, right? Maybe they're part of a school board or someone else that chooses the curriculum, and the teacher just has to teach the curriculum, right? They don't often have a lot of control over it. And so, I understand why in classrooms there isn't a focus on conversation most of the time. But if you do want to get better at a language quickly, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you take classes. Yes, classes are good. But you also need to practice speaking just regular old conversations with native speakers. So there's a couple ways you can do that. Option one, if you've got the time, if you've got the money, you can travel to a different country. So if you're learning French, go to France. Speak with the French people. Practice it. Listen to the radio in France. Really immerse yourself. If that's not practical for you, if that's not realistic for you, like if you don't have the money, maybe you can't get the time off of work, maybe you're like a 16-year-old student watching this and, you're not the one who just gets to choose to go travel. Maybe mom and dad choose for you. Well, then what I'd recommend is you need to find a language partner. And finding a language partner, tons of ways to do it. Feel free to Google it. But one really amazing way to do so is to actually use YouTube. So on YouTube, there are tons and tons and tons and tons of different language learning channels. Go subscribe to all of them, and in the comments, I want start actually reaching out to the people that have commented in the comment section to say, hey, I'm learning Spanish. I'd love to practice with you via Skype or via Facebook or via what's the other one I was thinking of? FaceTime if you've got a Mac or an iPhone. Those are phenomenal ways to practice with people. If you are an English speaker and you are learning really any other language, go follow all of the English channels on YouTube. So find someone like, I think there's English with Emma, or Learn English with Emma is a really big one. There's, I'm trying to think of others. I can't think of any on the top of my head, but there's lots of channels on YouTube where they teach English. I highly recommend that you go to these channels, go in the comments, and look for someone who speaks the language that you're trying to learn. So if you're trying to learn Spanish, look for someone named like Alejandro who has posted in the comments in Spanish. Hit up Alejandro and tell him, hey Alejandro, me llamo, or my name is blah blah blah. I speak English. You speak Spanish. Let's exchange our Skype contacts and practice with each other. I'll help you in English, you help me in Spanish. Works amazingly. I've seen people do this. It's great. So that's my language learning tip for you guys today. Please hit the subscribe button, comment in the comments below, hit the like button, share this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.